years with the Orange, the 2 years before that with Marquette. Experienced Division I player in the Power 5. Here's Carrington. Back-to-back screens from Federico, and there's Carrington.
Kelman Nichols. And now Carrington back out running the point. He takes the pull-up, and that's off target. Aggressive rebound from Leggett. Got it blocked.
Look to push again. Hinson steps into this three. He loves this shot. No good.
This pick and roll is going to be complicated.
Bub Carrington.
Down for Zach Austin, a transfer from High Point, who has joined this program at Pitt and already had an impact as well. Here's Carrington to the basket. And Ramir Barno knocked it down.
Yeah, that was Barno. He hadn't been shooting the threes, but he is capable, and they like to get out, and they like to shoot him in transition.
Carrington. Long two. Did he bank it? I think. Two really good defensive plays by Jeffress here in half two. Diaz, Graham straight away. Hinson.
So the 2 free throws make it 14-4. Jacksonville without a field goal, however, in the last 3.5. Carrington left wide open. Back rim, Federico. He is such an elite defender. Received votes for ACC Defensive Player of the Year last season as Hinson fires up another three. That's good.
These Panthers averaging a shade under 96 points per game on the year. They are firing early as Zach Austin. 6'5" freshman Carrington, the back-to-back Rookie of the Week at the ACC.
Ball screen coming. See if they force him weak, and they do.
Goes left again, gets to the right hand. Carrington not close.
Best place to take the charge if you're the secondary defender is on the baseline drive because you're already there. Like right there. See Samuel set? So that's the best place, but the drive down the middle, very difficult.
Carrington back in the game along with Hinson. It's a 10-1 run. Carrington lost a shoe. The left shoe is off for Carrington. Leggett leaves it short.
Hinton at 40 feet away. Watch him force him left.
Google's on Carrington. Got the screen. He's able to turn right. Back out for Leggett. Into Federico.
With finding Condon. Pulling 5 points today, but he has really controlled this game for Todd Golden.
Leggett again. From Todd Golden was, I don't think any of the coaches have seen you play at Riverside 40 times like I have because he watched his buddy's game so often. Lead is back to 15. Carrington.
Play quick, and you have to have a comeback offense.
And good news for Florida's at possession. Shoot up 27 seconds.
Yep. But for Pitt, it can't be that long. It's got to be quick drives, shooting.
Since hopefully he'll be healthy and good to go for Friday. So 1 for 2. The lead is 12. Carrington got it.
Said had a terrific run at Rhode Island, and he has a lot of experience he can share with his younger teammates, and that's part of the building process with Coach Capel, layering veterans with new blood coming out of high school. There's a deep three from Hinson. Better passing at Florida High with Anthony. And then, if that wasn't enough connection, Anthony is the nephew of Byron Rim, who was the head coach at IUPUI and talked up his nephew to then Horizon League rival Dennis Gates when he was at Cleveland State. And then all of a sudden,
December, 17 rebounds. He ripped down the most by a Tiger since Trevor Booker did it way back in the day.
Greensboro.
Great job there, getting low position, and I thought Diaz Graham was able to show and get back in time. Just really now, he's healthy. He's knocking down that three-point shot at a high clip, and you don't want to switch your guard on him. So that time, Federico had to help and try to get back. He's knocking down for three. He's just not going to get back to him. Alex. Pitt did a great job there playing 4-on-5 defense.
Pitt winning the rebounding battle, but shooting just 38%.
It was a cross screen there by Bub Carrington. Didn't help out, and just an easy deuce.
Carrington's jumper is... 7-point lead for Clemson. Carrington, the mid-range savant.
After how difficult it would be to beat this Clemson team.
Godfrey played only 9 minutes per game a season ago. This
talented freshman Carlton Carrington. Henson slipped for a second on the logo. Harris will have his hands full tonight, fading away.
To have to throw it back out to a guy who has been in a real slump shooting the ball in Seth Wilson.
St. John's just 0 for 11, 0 for 3 from long distance, had just 2 points in that game. Tough one from Henson. Oh my goodness. Do that to a few people in the line at lunch today.
Yeah, I get aggressive. I get aggressive, especially in the bathroom line.
Carrington, no. Henson with 10 to shoot, back to Carrington. Carrington fades away. He is so in control right now. Starts as a sophomore back in the 21-22 season. And he brings off the bench. Five to shoot. Carrington steps through. I'm not sure.
Good execution early on by Canisius, which is a good sign for them coming on the road, playing against a Power 5.
Henson from the logo.
starting lineup for the Panthers. There's Jeffress and Diaz-Graham down low. It's an electric backcourt between Carrington, Leggett, and Henson. They combine for over 50 points per game between the three. Diaz-Graham tees up a three. That lied by South Carolina State. A couple of freshman guards playing keep away in backcourt, Lowe and Carrington. Diaz-Graham tees it up. Oh, 6-41. Pitt's made 7 threes today. Their season average is just over 10 per game, but they've been winning games from beyond the arc, not only offensively, but defensively as well. They're plus 15 on the board today.
Bello trying to find a rhythm.
Carrington, cross court, Jorge from deep.
Change it up, have some fun with it. You know, not to mention you got the NIL thing going on.
Yeah.
I can respect his
scoring tonight too, Julius. Of course, last few games, Blake Hinson has been the guy getting those 20-plus outings, but tonight, 3 guys in double figures. Guillermo with 13, Zach Austin with 12, Bub Carrington with 12. So good to see some other guys step up to the
low percentage opportunity. Good defensive presence.
Carrington pulls it up. And it
sublime use of the barricade that Brown provided, taking away 2 defenders, allowing for an avenue to the rim.
Carrington gets the corner. Austin, book it!
First case, this was an even contest. It's starting to open up. Could be double figures before the break for the Panthers.
Carrington, it is double figures. It's a 10-point Panther lead.
North Carolina has started missing its first 9 shots. Pitt has not scored in about 3.5 minutes either. Carrington will end that, going high off the glass. The first lead of the game for UNC took over 13 minutes. It's an 8-0 North Carolina run. And a grad transfer, Cormac Ryan, scores his.
The only reason why there have been missed free throws in this second half is because you said no one's missed a free throw yet.
Yeah, but did I say that on the air? I think I said it off the air.
It doesn't matter. You said it to me.
Carrington hits a jumping basket, and 2 more second chance points for UNC.
And this is uncharacteristic for the Panthers. They've been great with their defensive rebounding percentage all season long, but North Carolina is a different challenge, as is Carlton Carrington is a different challenge. I see what you did there.
Carrington off the screen. That's short for 3. Pitt is 2 for 17 now. That relatively low-scoring number because he can do everything on the court pretty well. Carolina has not trailed in the second half, and the Tar Heels, who didn't score for the first 6:20 of the game, lead by 10. Carrington, a wild shot.
Good question.
That's a good question.
No.
Yeah, it's like a
Baycott gets that
it's like
game
a
ball.
Giannis scores 70, Oscar Tshiebwe gets his first point conundrum. Real Sophie's choice. I don't know.
And here comes Louisville one more time.
Crowd into it. Carrington, mid-range. Oh, he is so good.
And here's the thing for Pitt. The clock is your friend. You're up 16. You want to run the clock. You don't want to be forced into quick shots.
Carrington.
That's a dagger. That's a dagger.
Carrington tried to get it to Federico.
The Diaz-Graham brothers from the Canary Islands, they are such a difficult matchup as they can both really shoot from behind the arc.
From behind the arc, single-handedly keeping Louisville in the game. Mike James, a one-man show. Oh, in Louisville.
Carrington for Jeffress. Working inside on Filipowski.
Great job by Flip, moving his feet right there, but more importantly, staying on the ground, not jumping for the pump fake.
And that got knocked away.
Well, Wes, they've made a couple of shots, and that's what they've really struggled to do.
Boy, you're not kidding. Shooting 34% from the floor in their last two ACC games. The loss at home to Syracuse earlier this week and the loss the last week.
But the ball goes in and out, side to side, Wes. It forces the defense to collapse, and you get a wide open opportunity.
Carrington the drive, kick out. Austin a shot fake. And a two rattles in for.
Wes, when the ball moves around the perimeter like that, inside and then around, it's hard for the defense to react. You not only get open threes, but you get great driving lanes.
Here's Carrington. Lob again, and Federico.
What color it is tomorrow, but in that corner, he does not miss very often.
Federico.
Was successful in that first possession. The only issue you run into is this slows the game down even more, and when you're down.
Carrington from 18. He's got 17 on the night.
By Wake, finished with a beautiful lob by Salas to Reed.
Federico answers with a slam of his own.
Strength for Federico in the post. You got to bring some help to help him when he gets the ball in the post.
Hinson driving again, met by Reed.
Better matchup with Leggett on him, able to stay in front of Pack. Carrington, twisting jumper. The loss for Miami. Norchad O'Meara was out of that game with injury. Carrington with the shot clock at 10. He will elevate and shoot. Austin trying to come in there.
Fellow freshman from State College, PA, into the lineup.
And Micah Shrewsbury was less than pleased with that particular call.
Here's Carrington. That's a three from the front. It's long.
Jai hit both sides. But back to the Shrewsbury statement about Jai. He talked about Keba Jai coming with him from Penn State, right? Here's Diaz-Graham for three. And he said, you got to bring in guys like that, Wes, when you're trying to build your program. Now, Jai, he doesn't give him a lot of offense on the inside.
Here's Diaz-Graham, finds low. Look at the little runner, too strong there.
Drop. He has to be aggressive on the offensive end to make up for the drop coverage that he's going to play in on the defensive end.
Player of the week in the conference.
His confidence on the offensive end just keeps growing for NC State.
Here's Jalen Lowe. The floater falls for the game right now for NC State.
And Kevin Keats is rotating through. We're going back to the big lineup again. Rotating through that 5 spot, trying to get some consistency there. They're going to call a foul right here on Taylor. Probably not the first option on the first pass, though, Jay. You got to move the ball. You got to make the defense work.
Would you say that if it dropped?
Well, if it goes in, I think. But I don't think it's a good habit on the offense.
Taking off. The Panthers have won their last 4, 6 of their last 7, including the big win at Cameron over Duke. First time they've won in Durham since 1960.
And got the open 3. That's how Louisville's got to make those type of threes, by driving, getting a paint touch, and kicking out.
Glenn last weekend had a career game, 18-point in Louisville.
Louisville fans should be really excited about him. He's been outstanding this evening.
Well,
and with those two guys not playing, that gives him more shot opportunities and more time to produce.
Line drive, pull up by Findeed. He comes back into the game, which we presume he will. And like you said, coaches have to think about margin of victory now. And right on cue, Hinson's coming back into the game.
And allowing Efton Reed to work. He has been such a huge addition to this Wake Forest team. The 7-footer transfer from Gonzaga.
Pull up, hop, Bub Carrington, nothing but the.
And again, if you don't defend the three-point line against Wake, they will make you pay.
Reed and Salas both coming over from Gonzaga. Tough to find 2 more impact transfers in the country. Carrington back-to-back early.
And Reed right now, give him an assist for that. That's the hockey assist. That's set up and started because he makes an excellent cross-court pass out of the double. Right now, Pitt's going to have to do a better job disguising their double team. Right now, Reed's just reading it, and then he's making it going into break. It was a reverse pivot. Again, that is so key when you're a guard getting into the paint, being under control.
Contested.
Without a shot, if you're trying to take that away from him, and you just want him to be a little bit more aggressive to assert himself in a game.
Well, everything coming up Wake. Low in there with 3 fouls, can't hit.
Salas again that time, off of 2 feet, reverse pivot into his mid-range.
Carrington pull up, he's fouled. Down 12 to up 5 with 5 minutes left. A 17-point swing in this second half. Looking for more. Carrington got it.
The paint. Again, Pitt out there with a smaller lineup. Dribble drives or try to get Reed back established on the offensive side.
Jeffress couldn't control it.
What, 8 threes from Chris Bell in a win over the Pack?
I mean, they're home or away. They're just so difficult to win this time of year.
From everybody.
They have. It's just been a little resistance here for a team that's been the #1 team in defending the 3-point line in the ACC.
Yeah, scoring margin we believe to be capped in the net, but efficiency is not. And that's something coaches have become aware of the longer we have had the net. You get a foul on the rebounding act.
And you get to turn your attention to the Blue Devils coming in town.
Carrington got stripped.
Capitan, who just welcomed the daughter, Josie Rose, into the world.
Very cool.
Member of our lunch group. Rick was there for product development, and that was about it. Whitney did all the heavy lifting.
A quad 1 win for them tonight if they can get it. A huge game for the Panthers.
Yeah, Pitt, of course, knocking off Virginia, too. Another 3 there.
It's great to see the Oakland Zoo where it is. The blackout was successful, and it's going to be a dangerous Pitt team.
Ian Shefflin had a big game against Pitt back in early December. 17 rebounds. He ripped down the most by a Tiger since Trevor Booker did it way back in the day. Another jumper. Count.
Chase Hunter plays well. Usually the Clemson Tigers play well.
Hunter's been in double figures 10 of his last 11 contests. 16 big points against Florida for the homestanding Tigers.
And the danger for the Tigers is if Hinson gets hot, then they have a big problem.
Oh my goodness gracious, Carrington.
To the basket with his left hand. He switched to the right hand, tried to make a fancy move.
Carrington again, mid-range, no.
Time left in the game. The Panthers don't need to go for 3 here, but you've got to get a good look. Boy, Hinson thought about that, didn't he?
The last 90 seconds have been an adventure for Clemson a couple of times this season. Carrington to tie. Not there. Jack Claw.
Non-conference, and all 6 of his 3
He's a winner.
attempts have come in league play.
He's a winner. He understands how to play. He can do so many things for others. He can move without the ball. He can deliver the ball. It's a great pass by Cam Corn out. Jalen Worley's 3.
Worley's only other 3 came on the 3rd of January against Georgia Tech.
It dropped into the 1-3-1. Off balance. Baba Miller got away with one on Federico's arm.
Carrington using the Federico screen.
He is a terrific passer. It's now a 5-point lead for NC State. Carrington slams on the brakes, little follow away and a kind roll. Bounces around. Easy board for Diaz-Graham. A lot of activity in the paint as you saw. Carrington extending the range.
After that, and I've never been a big fan of following your own shot, but Morcell makes it pay off.
Struggles continue from beyond the arc for Morcell. Just 3 of his last 15 attempts. Got it. Won the ACC Women's Championship in 20, 21, and 22. And they're back in the title game against Notre Dame, which won it 4 years in a row when they entered the conference. Back to the action here at Peterson Event Center. NC State with that 8-0 run. Panthers trying to interrupt it right here. Inside of 4.5 minutes to go in regulation. Carrington weaves his way.
Back to Carrington. Taken away by Salas. Graham, who just came down with a rebound, is in the game in the middle now for Pitt. Good block out. He can shoot this.
Break contact and be able to go get it.
The starting 5 for Pitt with Lowe and Carrington. Talked about them. Hinson as well. Zach Austin and then Federico, who will split time at the 5 spot.
Carolina just wears you down.
Carolina fans getting into it. 3 won't go for Carrington. Carrington got tripped. No call. Pitt still got it. And Carrington back up and in the play.
Hinson has Cormac Ryan on him.
Carrington pulls up. Around and out. Ingram the
hard cuts, pivoting. Carrington just looks like he's floating out there right now.
Yeah, this is why I like the 2 of them together.
Oh, Carrington, back-to-back triple.
Just run that pick and roll 2 more times. Pick and pop and pick it. There it is right here.
Here's this 9 right here. Rings out a season ago, Julius.
Yes, sir. He felt the down. You know, a lot of heat was on him coming into last season. You know, the fans not happy with what Coach Gable was doing. But he got us back to the promised land. He got the Panthers back to the promised land. That's
On top of the excellent defense.
So Marcus Nyblack, one of the few bright spots so far for Jacksonville. He's got 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Carrington left open for 3. Back iron.
And Dylan Hunter, and they're making an offensive defensive substitution there, taking Joe Girard out of the game.
Coliseum in the rival's house, I'm sure the Cyclone fans did not love, but all the sweeter if you're an Iowa fan. And does Pitt have the answer? Carrington. Diaz-Graham hesitated, still hits it. It's headed for the parking lot.
This is kind of how it's gone for West Virginia. You know, they put up a fight and then they just don't have the legs late in these games. And you look through their schedule, I mean, they're 2-3 possessions away from, you know, grabbing a couple of these losses as wins. It's just been, they don't have the depth.
The largest lead of the game for Pitt. Carrington for 3. He got it! Carlton Carrington!
Big boost off the bench in the backyard brawl on Wednesday in the win against West Virginia. Six minutes to play. Pitt has made their last 5 shots on a 12-5 run.
Pushed into the point guard position because Tversky has been out with a foot injury or ankle injury. He played the backup point last year, but He's done an excellent job this year taking care of the ball, managing the team.
Mid-range jump shot looked pretty good from the Bulldogs.
Pitt, one of the longest teams in the country. They have great size as Carrington's three.
Off the Davis miss. 14 offensive rebounds for UNC. Carrington bottoms from
threes, which is a little bit unusual. Yeah, they make over 11 threes per game away from Peterson Event Center. That's front rim and
the rebound. First time we've seen one of the twins from Tenerife and the Canary Islands. Carrington, a soft two.
Previous possession.
Carrington weaving through. Leggett, step back.
Offensive rebound, one of the better times to get a three. Frederickson wide open, just short.
Wake shooting just 4 of 15 in this second half. It's allowed Pitt to take a 12-point deficit and tie it up. Bub Carrington.
Touch him when you're closing out. I mean, anything late, you can forget about it.
Carrington can't respond.
Side for him. And you have to wonder, picking up that quick first personal foul, if he's going to be a little bit conservative. On the drive, and was right there to defend it.
Diaz-Graham, wide open three, back iron. He is closing in on 400 career threes. Step back, the response. How do you like that from Carrington?
But throughout his career he has, and that would be a huge boost to Florida State. You see Josh Nickelberry make some threes tonight.
Guillermo Diaz-Graham.
Length, and as he gets that ball handling and the legit shooting down because he can get his shot stepping in. He can get it in the lane.
Low, spots up for three.
got a great look. How about 89 made threes on the season for DJ Horn, shooting 43% from beyond the arc. Federico inside against Barnes.
For the rebound. Like a nice defense on Horn that time. Maybe took a tough shot. Yes, other people are going to have to step up. Casey Morsell is going to have to pick up some scoring as well.
So the first three of the game for Taylor, who has now made 47 this season. Carrington answers with a three ball.
Have not been rebounded quite as well by North Carolina. Still think they need to attack inside first.
Federico playing with 3 fouls, not an outside shooter. Much different than when Diaz-Graham is in the game. And the big night continues for Carrington.
That thing. Got to become a little more aggressive, make it a little easier on your teammates.
Carrington for a double-double. He drills it.
Start to this year. So much confident. Coach has said he spent all summer working to improve that shot, and it's paying off here early.
He becomes the 6th different Tiger to score tonight. Guillermo Diaz. Nice drive and finish.
Tonight.
Two teams that have lost 3 of their last 4 entering this rivalry matchup. Back out for Henson from the logo. He got it!
Coach Weatherspoon has run some really good stuff right here early on. His action has been at the rim, going to the basket. They've already had a dunk, and they had a backdoor.
Carrington using that size, 6'5", and rolls it in.
It's big time.
Pretty well played defensively by Virginia there. 10 to shoot, and Carrington back on the floor with the ball. Henson, step in 3, back rim. Federico.
Good read of the screen by Torrance. Now finding Leggett in the middle. Lefty. 11-point ball game as we're nearing the 3-minute mark here in the first half of the Peterson Event Center. Thanks for being with us. Kevin Wheeler and Julius Page with you tonight.
You have so much, room that you have to try to cover. It's impossible.
Wide open shot here for Leggett. Drains it.
Especially on the defensive end with his length, his ability to rebound the basketball, and his athletic ability.
Field goal of the year. And his first basket tonight. Long 3 from out on the left. Guillermo Diaz-Graham in the traffic. Back to Carrington. Guillermo squares. 3 off.
From Montreal, Canada. Physical specimen.
Carrington again. Flips into Federico. Deflected by Sam. Grab that first lead. The fifth-year player pulling. Screened around Carrington.
Has got served it up on a tray so he can knock down the three. That I saw. A lot of depth.
We asked Todd, what did you want out of the transfer portal? He said, a team.
Yeah.
And they got bigs, they got guards, they got a little bit of everything.
Yep. Well, the more the merrier. And he was really comfortable with the fact that they were his hosts.
Carrington pierces the lane, lobs it, Federico.
His first game was against North Carolina, a game that Jason actually played in.
That's now 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Carrington trying to change it. He can't do it.
You know, take advantage of his matchup, especially with Eitendahl guarding him. That's one way to cool off the hot hand, is to put some pressure on him on the defense.
Has come from the bench. The bad news, the starters have just one basket. Carrington rise and fire. It's an air ball.
On a shot from Henson, a miss, and then a response on the other end, Mintz downhill.
Goes 10 for 15. Carrington's got a season-high 20 now, and he's too deep on a three.
Henson has knocked down both of his threes, Wes.
Carrington launches. That's a 2 on the line.
There, in the late 90s, early 2000s. Here comes Carrington. Man, there is a lyricism to his game.
Defensively on the glass. You see NC State's not even sending anybody to the O boards. They're getting back in transition.
Carrington, nobody picked him up. Bub. Diaz-Graham finds Leggett. He's had 2
players. And on the defensive end, it makes it even that much tougher against a very potent Pittsburgh offense.
Yeah, and you're right, Doug. So for Louisville being down those guys, sometimes it just gives them an opportunity.
Is with the ball after the Louisville turnover. Federico. How about that?
It's a hard thing to do when you're in a groove like he is.
Austin, he needs to go straight up with that or into Federico. The fade doesn't help you there.
Carrington, smooth as you.
ACC tournament. Pitt coming off a big win at BC over the weekend. They hit 16 threes in that game. Blake Hinson got an early 3 tonight.
Outstanding rebounding guards. Ish Leggett and Bub Carrington. Those guys both average over 5 rebounds per game.
And one of the first things Hubert Davis said to us, whoa, yeah, I mean, just wait.
Straight on. But if they're going to deny, use that back cut.
Carrington short. Davis has it.
For the first time since 2016, and the 23-24 campaign begins. 3 newcomers in the starting 5 for the Panthers, but nothing new about the count. That as another rebound for Bub Carrington, who's up to 8 boards, 7 points, and 5 assists on the night, his debut in a Panther uniform. Here is Carrington running the point. 8 on the shot clock, finds Federico on the roll, but pass taken away. And here's the 6'5 Carrington steering the offense for the Panthers. Federico muscles his way down low and has back. Lost a lot of weight, in much better shape heading into this season, and can already start to see the effects of it here early in the year. Federico!
Oh, as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Carrington making a lot of noise tonight.
And there it is.
Same way last year, they like each other. It's genuine, and there's a great bond among everyone on the squad.
Everybody on the same page. It's a great feeling to be around.
A little dish off right there.
14 and 8 for Samuel in his 123rd career game. Hinson, Richard all over him. Ball is up for grabs.
Bub Carrington will learn there too. When a guy's pressuring you this far, just beat him. Don't play with the ball. Just put him on your hip and go.
The defense left him all alone, and then he missed the shot.
He's had a little bit of turnover issue here lately. First time he tries to get aggressive, causes another one, and they have to do a better job. They can't have turnovers leading into points.
Clemson coming off that huge win at Alabama on Tuesday.
From the basket there, you give him a chance. The best thing you want to do when you're big and you're getting doubled is turn and face. You get to see the double team. Easy pass, easy shot.
Carrington's answers through.
Going to have to readjust that scouting report.
He has a good-looking stroke. Chauncey Wiggins, the sophomore, who's been thrust into the starting lineup today. Turning the corner, Carrington, drive and kick three off the...
Figures they'll need him to be huge again tonight.
He's 6'6", he's added some muscle to his frame, and they like to run offense through him. Trying to get Hinson on a post-up right there.
Carrington directing traffic. Shot clock at 5. Guillermo Diaz-Graham triggers.
That's a big board by Federico. Roll and replace action. Adjustment by Jeff Capel by going to that three-quarter court pressure and falling back into that zone.
The Pitts made their last 3 shots. The last 2 belong to Ish Leggett. Federico lead in just 6 minutes has turned into a Pitt 4-point advantage. Leggett lines up the 3.
Now 11 points. Good block by Fort Wayne. Keeps it at 23-12. Panthers now one of their last 7 from the field. Trying to nail down that rhythm on offense. Guillermo Diaz-Graham.
Turn their opponent over 15 times per game. What's going to give? Because Pitt is really good with the ball.
The glass. And a slam inside from Jeff.
60. I don't even know if he saw the rim. But the Orange did see 2 points and a 4-point cushion. How's there no foul there?
Leggett thought about it, now takes it.
Happy if you're Kenny Payne that you're able to at least run your offense.
And Curtis Williams, number 1 in white, into the game for Louisville. Carrington jacks a 3. Oh, Pitt is on fire!
Yeah, that's he's at.
Pitt will shoot the 3, as many as 30 a game, but all baskets have come inside today. And it's a loose ball. Great outside, Federico. They'll have to do it with defense. Pitt shooting an incredible rate here in the second half. Hinson. Oh, that big guy continues.
You can tell Spurs where it's just one-on-one. Any of those opportunities, that shot by Tyler Johnson was a little one-on-one. You got to be able to get your opportunities by picking apart the Pitt defense because they're just too good.
Federico, great pass inside.
Oh, good point. Does a good job of using his length. Rarely gets sped up. Has a good balance and court vision to understand when to run plays and when to go hunt his offense.
Double team, Jeffress. Back in the game for Pitt. That's a wonderful sign for the Panthers.
And if you're Louisville, you continue to play solid defense. You got to extend. You can't allow Pitt to continue to run clock off, time off the clock.
And Diaz-Graham. And it is down the triple when the Cardinals really needed a basket. Carrington splits. Up and under. Oh, he's got the full range.
Of course, McCain, who's their best three-point shooter, Jeremy Roach. These guys are all capable of pulling up on the break.
Biggest advantage of the first half of 8 now, Coach.
And nothing worse than you get a wide open three and miss it, and they go down and make a wide open three.
Federico underneath the basket feeds Austin for the dunk.
Confident shot by Justin Taylor. Hasn't shot the basketball nearly as well as the shooter that he is. A very good shooter, but has done everything else for the Orange. Good sign for him to see it go down early.
Johnson throws it away.
In this building, you're always going to have to contend with the Oakland Zoo, and they are locked in early.
Carrington with a swing. Henson lets fly.
Anyone in the league leads ACC with 137 free throw attempts. So he's going to stay in attack mode the entire game.
Gets to the line. He can be very creative doing it. Carrington can't hit the mark.
The analytics, right? You know, in air quotes, show you got to shoot a layup or a three. Okay.
What if you're wide open from 15?
I think Kevin Durant may have something to say about that. Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, just to name a few.
Players in the conference. He's been slow coming back from that ankle injury. That's a big confidence builder for him.
And he missed that game at Wake Forest, which was an overtime loss for the Canes on the road. Matthew Cleveland had a chance to win it in regulation.
What a response for them, and that's why you keep yourself ready.
Nwoko averages 2.2 points per game.
Got to guard the ball, not the action. Keep the ball in front.
Burns rips it away from Carrington.
And that's a quick shot in the Virginia offense, but he was wide open.
Look at that. Federico missed the bounce pass right to Lowe, and the three no good. 13 double-figure games in ACC play. Only the game at Louisville the night he failed to reach that. And he had 9 points in that game. Cavaliers by 3. Here's Federico into the corner. Legged jump shooting for the tie, and it's good.
Again, with Beekman out of the game, this is a key stretch for Virginia.
1 point lead for Pitt. Carrington, foul line again. They skip it for the left-hander Lowe. Good for 3.
Again, Pitt doing a nice job pressuring the ball without fouling in there.
Carrington against McNeely. Oh, Diaz Graham all the way to the basket. Wide open and
three-point line, or from the free throw line. West, they only have 8 three-point attempts. Pitt wanted to run them off the three-point line, and they've done that.
Diaz Graham thought about it. Now he'll take it down the lane. Can't score.
And Tommy, they're high-level NCAA tournament officials, so this is a really good crew.
Federico back into the game for Pittsburgh. By the way, you've noticed by now Pittsburgh is wearing its blue uniforms. It's Rock the Royal. These are their road uniforms that they occasionally freshman. Carlton Carrington, Bub, was quicker to come along this year than Jalen Lowe. Same type of thing with Caleb Glenn. He is coming along and improving as his freshman season is advanced. Foul on the drive.
This will tell the whole game right here of this until the next media timeout. Can Pitt extend the lead, or can Louisville hang around to keep it? And I keep using striking distance because they're shorthanded. They cannot let the lead get out of hand.
Federico
said he could see it in his eye contact, and now you can see the way his confidence is on the court and his personality, back looking like the guy who was so decorated coming out of high school.
That's one thing I can.
Polos, here we go.
I just hope that the Virginia Tech people don't think we're homers here for the CW.
We'll be in Blacksburg next Saturday. They can give us an earful next week at Castle.
I'm going to say this was your decision on the wardrobe today, Evan, so I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Appreciate that, Mike. We're off to a fantastic start. 30 seconds in. Federico, quick dish, and Henson beats them.
And the Tigers are invested in this one. Gonna go, that one rolls off the rim. Pick and roll, Federico that time.
Carlton Carrington is such a good player.
Got good size too, 6'4" at the point,
and a heck of a guard rebounder.
Diaz Graham dribbling into some trouble, finds Leggett. Leggett bothered by Fredrickson, kicks it out.
Hildreth should have had that ball.
Yep.
They could be a little bit more aggressive in double teaming Burns if they need to.
So Taylor and Burns have 9 points, leading scorers for the pack tonight.
Hinson way behind the line and keeping his feet that time. November 6th, Mike. Carlton Carrington, triple-double. First game of the year against
7, so now 8 for 28 on the season, shooting the 3. Another Gonzaga transfer, just like Salas. Good pass. Federico. Carrington using the screen. Federico, too strong.
Along with some stellar defense on Pet Cash.
Unbelievable pass to
Dakota Rivers, a 6'8" senior from Windermere, Florida, who ties the game with his first field goal. Hinson, a deep 3 again.
Still scoreless through a few possessions here at the Pete. Now Leggett trying to drive on Workman, and Carrington scoreless so far tonight, has only taken 1 shot from the field. Austin squares up for a triple, in and out. But a 15-point advantage a quarter of the way into this game. Hinson fires. He drills it.
Adjusting, I thought, a bit to what Clemson was asking of him and playing without the ball a little bit. But you knew he's just such an elite shooter. You knew he eventually started knocking down shots. Coach Brunell talked about he's forced his way into the lineup and forcing him to play him.
What's working for Clemson during this run?
I think they're doing it on the defensive end. Everything that Pittsburgh gets is contested.
The urgent need for cancer research. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100%. For 6 before that, misfired.
Go to the same set. They're running the same play.
Can't leave him open. That's what.
And he's been a difference in this second half.
Great pass, Leggett a 3. Got it!
Like the shot by Bello, even though he missed it. Change of pace, change of direction.
And Leggett, freshman of the week, already had not with his first basket of the night.
Fort Wayne got to get a stop. Got to start getting stops on this end.
Cross court to Jeffries. Pull-up jumper. Not that time. Offense.
Able to get into the lane. And both teams playing fast. 100 shots early in the shot clock. Got to be locked in with a sense of urgency defensively.
And that is the spot.
Till J.J. Starling's already at top speed. He's got that momentum. Then he gets him on his hip. You got to commit quicker to the dribbler coming across the timeline.
Austin bangs in another triple. Offense. Pitt's maturity, Jordan. The upperclassmen. Looked at it again.
Get some runouts, build momentum, and ride that momentum. And right now, momentum is firmly shifted to the home team.
Pick and roll. Another turnover. Both teams 0-1 in the ACC. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. It's Pitt, it's Syracuse. Another steal from Coach
Huntley being able to get down low, dopped it off to him. And again, Louisville, even though they're trailing in this game, much better at being able to attack the paint. And the quality of shots are a lot better than what they've got in the last 2 games.
Austin. In and out.
Lead. Shot quality and having offensive discipline is something that you have to be able to maintain.
And Hinson drives the lane and lays it off the glass.
But here's a little bit of a lather, because if you take time to have to warm back up to the second half, that allows me to be able to go at you. And those little spurts of 4 minutes can turn the game in your favor. Well, Pitt athletes and shot makers that you can get out in transition. I think that they have to continue to cut the turnovers down. And then obviously the interior presence. I thought they did a better job of being able to get stops and then finish at the rim.
And Hinson.
It absolutely was. Going up high to get it, and Jeffers in the game to be able to provide defensive rebounding.
Hinson on the attack, will draw the foul.
inside, Wes. That's the 5th time in this game that he's been fouled.
6-point lead for the Panthers. Carrington with Proctor defending. Tried to fire it through and turned it over to Foster. 26 meeting all time. Dates back to 1938 next door at Old Card Gym when they played for the first time. Here's Federico, hard to the basket, block.
Bensley Joseph, who averages almost 9 points per game for the junior from Arlington, Massachusetts, got to double digits on the road at Notre Dame with 10 and made a couple of threes in the winning effort on Wednesday. Low. Tries the other side. Same.
Federico just sees length bothering O'Meara a little bit in the paint area.
Hinson lofts it up. Federico extending to get to Guillermo Diaz-Graham, the sophomore from the Canary Islands, Spain. Twin brother also on the team, Jorge. He's out with an ankle injury, unavailable today. Tough spin in traffic. Leggett.
He only played 5 games coming in.
The freshman from France played his prep ball at West Oaks Academy in Florida. Leggett gave it up. Austin.
Twice now that they've really beaten the shot clock with some tough jump shots. George with that 3 and then O'Meara at the end.
Leggett.
They've been waiting to see that athleticism coming off of the injury, and why the defender went flying at that pump fake, I have no idea, but a great play.
Federico sent it into the corner. Miss from Phoenix. Down here in South Florida. Always a fun trip for our CW crew. Leggett elevates. And it's away right there. Pitt needed that. Leggett has joined Hinson as double-digit scorers in this game for Pitt. Federico. Step to the...
It's just a one-time press. Both these coaches are very prepared to tweak, change, and dig a little deeper into their offensive bag.
Hinson lines up a 3 and drills it.
Who comes in now 60 of 124, Dan, from behind the line. There's a lot on that resume, and it's all good from three-point territory.
Well, he's made his first 2 shots.
Austin tries to answer and does.
First TV timeout in a Virginia game.
Yeah. Feels like each team's trying to match one another. Here's Hinson. That is a long way out. It's an air ball. As does Tane Murray, who's wearing 10 from New Zealand. 3 to shoot. It's got to go up. Here's Lowe. Soft runner. Baseline. No good.
Is who they are too, Wes. No panic at the end of the shot clock. They still get a real good shot.
7 in a row by the Cavaliers and a turnover by Pitt. 1-point lead for the Cavaliers. Carrington trying to get something going here. Bub with 7 to shoot. Can't get around McNeely. Uses a Diaz-Graham screen, and then he threw it to Tony Bennett.
From that guard spot. Wide open for 3. Rattles in and out, no good.
Side against Leggett. Groves was trying to post up, but the Cavaliers couldn't find him.
Still 1-point lead for Virginia. Here's Leggett and Pitt.
And you saw it's been 3 minutes since Pitt scored.
Yep. Here's Lowe trying to answer and does.
He's given up 35 points, and that's more than usual, but it's hard to limit your opponent when they make 8 threes.
Here's Hinson at the top to start the half, and it rolls in.
Louisville's going to go back into their zone. Pitt has made a bunch of threes against their zone. We'll see if they can get to the corners, if Huntley Hatfield can get to the corner in a hurry to take out any 3-point attempt. Hinson is not in now, Doug, so that makes a difference.
Low. No.
Second half. And I think that's where they need to go to close this game out. Let Efton Reed get some touches. Reed commits the foul, had both hands on Carrington.
And take us home. Everyone's prepared to lose and win with the ball in Hunter Silas's hand.
Carr came out on Carrington. Austin Hoyce can't hit.
Carrington, a really good shot blockers, has great length inside.
Deep 3, Hinson. Got it!
Austin thought about it.
Selection Sunday, 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Amazing how fast things go by.
Carrington clears out the space, and he's called for the offensive foul. That's his second personal.
Teams as far as
percentage is concerned in the conference. Where Pitt will beat you with volume, they'll beat you with precision.
Austin to the corner for Lowe. Comes up short.
Have done an outstanding job building the Pitt program back up. They're a big ticket item now. They're a tough ticket to get in Pittsburgh again.
Carrington jumper.
Game under their belt, a win. Sometimes that's a problem for the team that's not taken the court yet.
And although Duke lost today, Mike, they head to Washington as the defending champs, beating Virginia by 10 last year in the title game.
Around 40% so far. They're getting up and down, but they're not putting the ball in the basket all that often. Leggett. Count it.
About 7 minutes to go here at the Peterson Events Center. Pitt Panthers have been in control essentially from start to finish here at the Pete. Cross-court pass here to Zach Austin. Spins along the baseline and gets it up. Aside from a few other names in his near 30 years at Indiana, he didn't always work with the best talent, not always the highly rated recruits or guys that would go on to the NBA, but really made the most of his rosters.
And Pitt doesn't look like they want to slow down at all. They want to keep the effort up. Jalen Lowe with a corner three.
Carrington off the screen, up to Federico. Backing down the defender. Kick out. Leggett fires. Connects.
Exactly right. That is probably the mindset that they had. It wasn't enough to call it a flagrant one, so the foul had to stand. There's a three for.
Good job posting up there. Missouri's really streaky from behind the arc, so getting the ball inside and getting the early post up is not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, streakiness is kind of the name of the game for this Missouri team so far this season.
Have a tremendous amount of respect for one another.
3 CAA tournament championships between the two of them. Tied at 9, almost 5 minutes into this first half. 3 is short, seconds left. Pitt has to go full length of the floor. Down by 8, Carrington against Shefflin, and he draws a foul.
Inside, long stride, rolls off, rebound goes to Hinson. West Virginia, because of their lack of depth and the guys they're missing, they play at one of the slowest tempos in the country. They will have lost 4 of their last 5 when this one comes to a close. SMU, Virginia by 2, St. John's by 6. This could look and feel a lot differently with a couple breaks here and there. Hinson for the school record. There is.
ACC wins, including some big ones in the month of February. And Jeff Capel was named the league coach of the year.
Yeah, very rightfully so. And a great pass there by slow down a little bit. Sometimes press can do a good job of speeding you up to where you make bad decisions, but it's got to slow down and be under control.
Well, and he said in those 3 losses this season for Pitt, one of the glaring errors for the Panthers is that they did get sped up and turned it over more than their average.
Playing really well in this first half. As I was saying, the pace early on certainly favored Pittsburgh, but I think right now if you're Eric Martin, you've got to be really happy with what your defense has done to limit this high-powered Pittsburgh offensive team. Only 21 points with about 5 minutes to go here in this first half.
Long 2, foot on the line from
Carrington stops and pops.
Point field goal percentage. Run your offense, attack the paint.
Man to man again. Hinson thinks about it, drives, blocks the shot.
It was a Baltimore elite fame and was the first coach as his son lines up another one, unable to get that down.
Guillermo Diaz-Graham, 7-footer, getting ready to report in. Another one glances away right to
Hinson in ACC play in 5 games only has 2 assists. When the ball goes into him, he's going to try to score.
Carrington all the way around, couldn't finish.
Here tonight at the Peterson Events Center in Pittsburgh, and a lot of it having to do with what the Blue Devils have done behind the 3-point line. Here's Henson trying to answer for the Panthers and before they could get the ball to the rim. Filipowski had 22 against Pitt last year in the ACC quarterfinals at Greensboro. He was 8 of 10 from the floor that night and 4 of 6 from behind the line. Austin trying to answer.
Kyle Filipowski hit a couple early. Roach hits one early. All of a sudden, that's contagious. And, you know, Pitt couldn't hit anything, mainly because of the defense that Duke played.
Other end. But that looked effortless. I mean, that was Steph Curry type range right there. That was a very impressive three from Blake Hinson.
Low, the smooth
basket, but couldn't quite tell if it was a shot or not, but nonetheless, the result was the same. Dongo with the offensive rebound, and Georgia Tech has come out on fire offensively here in the second half.
Carrington's had an answer for Pitt. Federico.
Good job there of being patient and getting to his spot. So clearly, we know where Georgia Tech's going with the ball inside right away.
Austin, baseline, gets clobbered. Carrington right now for the Panthers. Shot clock down to 10. Leggett over George. That time.
Teams. Been a game of runs here in this second half. A couple lead changes, and Blake Hinson has been on the bench for Pittsburgh throughout this run of theirs. So curious to see how much longer he sits over there on that Pittsburgh bench.
Pitt's made 5 of its last 6. That one almost went in. Battle for the board.
The defense collapses. Nice pass by Dunn.
Low, that's Ishmael. Good. Leggett.
Games on the road when they've lost. And here they hadn't had those issues. They're undefeated at home, and you see why.
Carrington connects.
12. Pitt has cut it to 5. 5 seconds to shoot. Carrington finds Hinson. Step back, contested 3. Rattles home.
Behind the three-point line. That's the biggest difference in this team at home and when they're on the road. They're just under 30% on the road, but when they're here, they're just lights out.
Wake is 13-0 in this building this season. Their last 6 ACC losses then, all on the road. To the corner, and Austin driving.
Good switch. So this length, they're not giving separation now, whether it's been man or zone. Couple open threes, but other than that, it's not been the same for Pitt.
Hinson beats the shot clock.
Federico had it poked away. Ended up with Austin. Shot clock is at 10. Austin baseline move. Ross came over to meet him.
Davis bullet, but was able to get it to Jalen Washington. That was beautiful.
Trimble slows down Low. Carrington and Low have combined for 31 of Pitt's 44 points. 2 freshman guards.
Big load to carry.
The 3. Wow. Yes. What a night. Empty. He had 7 points and 3 very important steals at critical times for the Deacs yesterday.
He's so active. He's such a smart player. The Pitt's defense has been really good the last several.
He has passed 40 guys this year.
Larry Miller was a great player. Lefty. Could really shoot it.
Diaz-Graham into the 5 spot for Pitt out of the last timeout. Good minutes, hit a couple of threes in the first half.
Same action, but better defended by North Carolina.
Bub Carrington trying to go to work. The floater in the lane. Still hits it.
Here's Carrington working against Largy. Long 2. Got it.
Highs. They both set season highs. And Florida was trailed for almost the whole first half. Leads by 13. And Samuel deflects it. 2.
Vanover won't get it easier deuce than that.
Vanover put up big numbers last year as the Summit League's Defensive Player of the Year and also first team all conference. He was, of course, with Max Asmus. Asmus transferred to Texas.
Going to catch it and try to dunk it frontwards, and the pass was short. And when you jump that high, it doesn't matter. He just caught it and banged it backwards.
Coach Gates says he's one of the best athletes in the country, and we just...
Shefflin's kind of the X factor for Clemson. When he gets aggressive and he gets to scoring, then there's 5 guys on the court that you just have to guard at all times. And usually he's the unselfish guy looking to make plays for others.
Carrington gets the...
Carrington trying to heat up, rims off for Edward.
And Leggett. For the Orange, Bell and Starling back in the game. Diaz Graham.
With Federico on the floor, Jeff Capel wants to play straight up, but you see what Filipowski will do with Diaz Graham if you don't bring the double team.
He's just going to overpower him inside. Here's what he's going to try to get back on the other end.
Make the trip down I-40, Louisville and Carolina, presented by Food Lion. Sunday, doubleheader of the women on ACC Network and always available on the ESPN app. Fall away Carrington and Pitt back in front.
Now on 3 first-half triples.
But he's doing it inside and outside. This is the reason why Kyle Filipowski was the ACC preseason player of the year.
Henson a 3 at the horn.
Isolation, top of the key. Didn't really have anything in the dribble handoff action they were trying to run. And he said, you know what, sometimes you just got to do it yourself, and a good strong finish in the lane over Federico, who's a very good defender.
Henson, the tough basket.
It's Pitt for offense.
You got to go to Henson. I mean, try to figure out now the matchup, and he can't get frustrated with the smaller guard on him. And just go inside like he's doing that. If he doesn't get it, go to the rebound.
And that time, Pitt, again, chooses not to double. I think you got to double or dig. I think, again, right now, Reed has the weight and strength advantage on Federico. He's just backing his way down.
Carrington trying to answer, and he does. The freshman not...
Right word. If Vito had made that pass as soon as he caught the ball, I think Shefflin was open.
11 turnovers for Clemson, 3 for Pitt.
Just because you're tested over the course of the season against every team. North Carolina 24-6, Duke 24-6 as they are both inside the top 10. Carrington shot rattles up.
Carrington finds Diaz Graham. He didn't even look at the basket. Kicks it out to Henson.
And it's 4. He said, I'm as anxious as you guys are to find out who they're going to be.
Yeah, with so many new players and this being his first year.
Carrington and Henson. Carrington, a step back 3.
Go.
Leggett on the roll, 3 from the top of the arc. The night from beyond the arc.
I know the Aggies are undersized, but they're going to have to try to get something going to the basket.
The 2 of them have.
I tell you what, I always felt like he had the pieces. He just had some bad breaks.
Yep.
I don't think this is a situation where the Panthers can't settle for a 3. They need to get something, I think, going to the basket.
Carrington a 2. And he is...
Space the floor. He's attacking the basket. It's just Carrington is so poised and with coming off this pick and roll and making decisions. The ball is just in his hands a lot.
Henson with a drive and finish.
Back to head. As you see, 14-7 against Ave Maria last Friday night in Fort Myers. And the home opener for the Eagles after a road loss at Indiana started their campaign. Henson and jump hook no good from Kelman.
You're not going to shoot it over Federico.
And Carrington really drives the ball. Deep 3. Oh, Weir had some first half foul trouble with 2 quick ones, but he's got his second field goal.
Big body, Wes. He's just a load for the Panthers to handle inside.
Hendrick, first points of the night for Thompson. Leggett again. Fishing around.
Season tip-off doubleheader. We have our first lead change. Carrington, 6 to shoot it. Carrington kicks it out. A deep 3 for Lowe. Will not go. And Federico went over the back.
Went side to side right there. Excellent ball movement.
15 points for Walter Clayton Jr., the Lake Wales, Florida kid. Diaz Graham with a 3. Shy of a season high already.
It's a great battle here too, Kugel and Carrington. Again, you see them force Carrington to the left hand.
Pitt down 6 with a basketball against a Missouri team that's had wonderful depth and balance here tonight.
A little more assertive team as Hall misfires. Carrington 7-point lead with 45 seconds left in this first half.
That's what you see the difference right now, just the experience in the backcourt of both teams.
I know Coach Capel doesn't overcoach it if it's working.
Contested shot.
Played a factor.
Bub Carrington playing the role of closer, the freshman.
And the Panthers are going to run. Carrington looking for an opening, had it stripped away. So took the energy out of the building for a moment there, Mulder. But still a 7-point Panther lead as Carrington resets the offense. Guillermo on the pop. Triple in the air, too strong. Leg it go. 7 boards on the night for Hinson. Carrington, Diaz-Graham, the fake, the drive. The runner gets it to go. Count the back.
And get a shot clock violation.
Yeah, already 9 turnovers tonight for Fort Wayne. Carrington takes a step back. That's off target.
It's beautiful, beautiful open floor basketball. Unforced error, make the pay on the other end.
Defense to offense. Carrington gets downhill.
You got to go by that, too.
Oh, man. Sean Stewart, by the way, out of Windermere, Florida, sets it down softly with 2 hands. His first points of the night out of the timeout. This has been an impressive performance tonight by the Blue Dogs.
It absolutely has been. And again, they've gotten so be able to put it back in comparison to touching it as soon as he got above the rim.
And 5 impact transfers for Carolina. The first year Tar Heel from Louisville.
Shot by Clark, but those are the things that change around. You see right now, Louisville is still within striking distance. They've got to get some stops and cut down those turnovers.
First offensive rebound for Louisville. Hinson at the other end. He jacks it. Pitt, can they deliver a knockout punch? Hinson, in and out.
That's one of the things that Louisville tends to fall in love with the 3, especially in transition.
Federico inside, gigantic height advantage.
Here is Carrington.
See, they get a mismatch like that, they should try to take advantage of it.
There's a rise and fire 3, long rebound collected McCain.
The Panthers. Virginia wants to keep Pitt out of the transition chance. Carrington a 3, 1 and start to press. You see Pitt gets the offense going with this high weave. And now here's Carrington settling in, 3-pointer away, and the long rebounds on their 3-point shooting. And here is Carrington on a drive. He'll slip it to Austin. He'll launch, and it's a back rim miss.
But smart by Louisville to go back-to-back times, besides that 3-point shot in the corner, to go try to establish Huntley Hatfield in the paint.
Jalen Lowe with a little step back, and the confetti flies.
7% in those 2 losses, they're shooting 24%. There's your math. They need to make 3s.
Bub Carrington hit 7 from deep. And he went for a career-high 27 over the weekend. A lot of dribbling, the turnaround. Not there, Federico.
The beginning of this year, he was 48th on Carolina's all-time scoring list. He's 9th now. He passed 39 guys this year, and he may pass a couple tonight. Carrington fouled on the drive.
And the Eagles back on the board to cut it to within 3. Zach Anderson with his first field goal. There's Hinson fighting through, and he'll draw.
It moved on pretty quickly. So Hanlongton replaced by the freshman Alex Condon. And a step back for Bub Carrington.
Great team leader. He's not afraid to take big shots. He sometimes will get a little over-exuberant shot selection-wise, but They love his energy. He's going left again.
Carrington into Kugel. Carrington bodies his way to the hoop, gets his own miss. 6'5"
That time, stepping out, showing you his range.
Mizzou heating up, drawing back to within a point.
Missouri switches everything, and they try to pin you on one side.
Carrington hanging in the air for
the big Clemson up by 2.
It's always a good idea to get the ball inside to P.J. Hall whenever you can. He knows the more he gets the big man involved, the more it ease things up for him. The other end, Chase Hunter gets deep, finds his teammate, and they finish. It's just a difference in experience that little Bub Carrington will figure out at some point here early in his career. But
Clemson's on a
great job there. All of a sudden, a little 4-0 run here by the Bulldogs to cut this lead to 2.
Pitt, they are 22-0 all-time against MEAC teams.
Down the board once again. Already 5 offensive rebounds on the night for Pittsburgh.
I think everybody in the gym just wanted Federico to go ahead and lay that one up.
Now Carrington back to Federico. Had it
driving all the way to the basket.
Mentioned they have the best turnover margin in Division I, but being put to the test tonight. Already 6 turnovers by Purdue Fort Wayne and only 3 committed. Hinson looking for his first 3 of the night. Can't get it there.
Got to find a way to get Hinson more involved offensively. Only taking 4 shots. He's made half of them.
And a beautiful roll to the bucket. Carrington, who has led the way for Pitt, but a big block inside. Great hustle.
Carolina's first points.
Would you ever imagine that North Carolina's first basket would cut the lead in half?
Federico up top, couldn't grab the line. Ryan is there.
Field goal in 7 tries, Corey.
I love the way he adjusted to the left hand around the shot blocker, and Federico making sure he was able to still get a bucket.
3 ball out front. Carrington no good.
Backing up, the more they put pressure on him, he's farther away.
Double digits for Nigel Pack now. 14th time this season he's done that. And that's now 6 games in a row. Double-digit scoring for Pack. Carrington.
Comes a late ball screen. He can hit that 3.
Missed it though.
Good assist by the Wolfpack.
Burns has 11, all of them in the paint. NC State has half of their scoring in the paint. A lot of that Middlebrooks and Burns. When they were building momentum.
Over the top if you're NC State right here. Diarra on Hinson.
Carrington calls his own number. And in perfect position, Federico.
Scoring game, low 14 points. Hinson 14, Leggett with 10. Diaz-Graham with 8.
Carrington, nifty dribble, puts it in.
All of Carrington.
Into the deficit to 11. They've been down by as many as 18. Corn 2 points off a career high. Carrington gives it up.
Over or hold it, but rather drive it to the basket and most importantly, finish.
Yeah, not a team that generally struggles offensively. Thank you, Jess. They average better than 78 points per game this year. They had 26 in the first half. Hinson, a step back 3-game winning streak of Pitt that we were talking about. Last 3 regular season games, and then yesterday here they are averaging 85 points per game and winning by an average margin of 15 a game as the tough runner goes. Averaging 19 a game.
And give credit to Harrison Ingram. There has been some switching, but Ingram's done a great job on it.
Carrington has picked up the slack and then some. Can't finish this one. I'll take them. You can have the field.
Well, you put anybody with Michael Jordan. Works out pretty well. But yeah,
just
that is
play
an
along
amazing
with the
find.
band, would you?
An amazing find.
It is. I mean, the history of that program. Obviously incredible. And R.J. Davis getting himself into some pretty